So here we have a 1950s semi-detached, I believe it's a flat. We've got some ventilation points there on the floor, leading me to check that the floor is suspended timber. We've got some brick evidence behind the render, and then we have a door for the flat above, and a gas meter, and then there's a flue. So we're looking at a condensing boiler, balanced flue, fan flue. And there we have a gas meter. Indeterminate whether this is a cavity wall or not, because we've got one hole here, but I'm not seeing a pattern. There's another hole here, and then nothing under the windows, so I'm not seeing a pattern of cavity wall insulation. But here's another one here, so that looks similar to the one over there. Let's get a picture of that one. And then if we keep going along here, we're not seeing any more. So it's quite indeterminate, really. But I've had a good look, and I'm still not seeing a pattern. So I'm starting to think as built. The rear elevation, where the front, well, the access door for the property is, here. Also, I've looked here for any drill holes, and I don't see any evident, especially under the windows as well. Not really seeing it, but more air vents. Suspended non-timber then, it looks like. Right, windows. So here we have some double glazing, UPVC. The gap between the panes here. So on the EPC we have a choice between 6mm, 12mm and 16mm. So you can get like a reflective tool which you can balance here and hold it at say 45 degrees, and it reflects and it tells you what the gap is. I'll drop a link for one of those in the description, but I you know, after a while I just stopped using it. We've got a choice of 3 really. So as you can see, it's definitely not 6mm. It's probably not 12mm, which is just sort of around about a centimetre. So I'm going to put it down as 16mm. And that's what I've been doing. With a bit of looking, there we go. We found a date stamp on this one. Let's put the I don't know if you can see that, but it says 2006. There we go, 2006. March 2006. Take a picture of that, keep the auditors happy. So that would add on an extra 2 points, being post 2002. So we know we don't need to do the thickness of the glazing. It was only unknown date or pre-2002 that you need to do the thickness of the glazing on a UPVC window. Thermostatic radiator valve on this radiator, another thermostatic radiator valve on this radiator. So more than 50% of the radiators have TRVs, so we have TRVs. Here is a Drayton Digistat Plus 3. I've got the usage instructions. I'll drop that into the link. I've got a video on how to best use that, put it in holiday mode, etc. This is a program N thermostat. You can tell because you've got the days of the week here, and then you've got your temperature there. A bath with a mixer shower, a blocked up chimney, LED bulbs at 100%. Now this is an interesting one. So at first impressions, this looks like an open fire. Now, if you have a look at the flue, I don't know if you can see that. Let me get the torch on. There, got the torch on. So there's a hole here for the flue. Now let's measure that. The opening is 110 millimeters. Let's go widthways 400. Let's take a picture of that. Now in the manual, an open fire isn't counted as an open fire if the opening is less than 200. Now we have a 400mm opening on the width, so I'm saying it does count. But the depth was only 111mm. So if it was all less than 200mm width and depth, or diameter, then it wouldn't count as an open fire. And the boiler here is a Worcester Green Star 25 SI Compact ERP. And also it's a good idea to make note of the gas council number 4740673. Programmer, but it's got a Drayton Digistat which overrides that. Flow temperature to the radiators, not how hot your house is, but how quickly it warms up. And then flow temperature for the hot water, both set to 3/4, which is standard settings. Obviously your flow temperature coming out the boiler wants to be about 60 and around over 50 at the tap to avoid Legionellas. Single weight electric meter. Let's get it written up. Right, so let's get this written up. So rental, private, flat, semi-detached, suburban, no extensions. It has mains gas and a single rate electric meter. So I'm going to measure it internally. It's a ground floor flat and there's no corridor. Habitable rooms 2, bedroom and lounge, and they've both got radiators. Lighting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're all LEDs. And there was a bathroom with a mixer shower and bath. Okay, and it was built in the 50s. Okay, so the glazing. So a low E detector, you can get these. They used to be accepted by ECMK, no longer. So I don't really use it anymore. But you put one of those up against the glass and it tells you whether it's got a coating or not. So this hasn't got a low E coating, but we've got a date stamp on the window saying 2006. So normal amount of glazing, post 2002, because we've got a date stamp of 03/2006, and then it's got UPVC frames. It's 100% double glazed, and the gap was 16 mil. 6 mil definitely not. 12 mil a bit in between, looks a bit thin. 16 mil regular thickness. You can get those reflective strips like I said earlier, but I'll drop the link for one of those in the description. One door, okay, don't know if it's insulated, no paperwork. All the windows are UPVC and the doors UPVC, and all the openings that I've opened have got the rubber draft proof strips, so 100% draft proofed. No conservatory. The water is from the main system, which is a combi boiler, so no cylinder. No secondary heating. Okay, we have open fires. 1, because the width of the opening was 400 mil, but the depth of the opening was 110 millimeters. So one of those dimensions is greater than 200 mil, so that means it counts as an open fire. Okay, so now we have a boiler, and it runs on mains gas, and it has radiators, and it is a fan assisted flue, being a Worcester Green Star 25 SIERP. Let's just double check that gas council number. 4740673. Okay, and it has a programmer with a room's thermostat and thermostatic radiator valves. Okay, no heat recovery, and we have a cavity wall, and it was 270 mil thick. I am putting it down as built because although I've seen some holes in the walls, there's no consistent pattern showing me that cavity wall has been the cavity has been filled with cavity wall insulation. Unknown party wall, because it's a ground floor flat and there's no access to the loft, so I can't have a look and see what it's made out of. Alternate wall, no, there's no corridor or different types of wall. Floor, ground floor, and we're going to go suspended non-timber, because we've got the air vents, but then we've got screed all over the floor and there's no bounce on a drop heel test, as built. Pitched, no access to loft, so we have another dwelling above. That's the one, another dwelling above. No room in the roof. Wind turbine, no. Solar panels, no. PV, no. So there's a stairwell here, and that's basically the shape of the flat. That's the party wall. The door is here. This is the lounge, this is the bedroom, and this is the kitchen and WC. So this is a party wall as well, because it's a stairwell for the flat above. And we have heat loss perimeter. So we need to know width, depth of main, minusing off the stairwell. Probably want to know that one as well, and that one as well. So start firing that laser measurer around. This is a Lekia Disto 2, one of the best ones on the market. I've had it for quite a while. This one's the new one. The one I had was exactly the same, and that was a good 10 years old. It's got the plus button on it, so you can add two together, and then it's got meters squared as well. .626. So before leaving, I like to do my maths. So I've made sure I've had this dimension and times it by 2, times it by each other, and that's 50.87. And then times this one by this one, where the stairwell for the upstairs flat is, and that's a minus number, so 11.33 minus 11.33 from 50 is 39.54. Ceiling height is 2.47. Quite typical of a 1950s semi. Heat loss perimeter is this dimension plus this dimension plus this dimension, which is 14.16. And then the party wall is this dimension by this, to add this. So let's do that. 3, 6, 4, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1. And then 7, 6, 2, 6. Okay, so 3 and 6 is 9, 4 and 1 is 5, 6, 7, 7, 6, 7, 12, 13, carry the 1, and then 7 and 3 is 10, 13, 14, 14, 37, 9, so 14, 38. Party wall, 14, 38. Slightly more than the heat loss perimeter. Well, there we go. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out the description for the useful links. I've got the what's in my bag link there, the window reflecting tool, free copy of my site notes, the link for the Lekia Disto D2. Anyway, there you go. Thank you very much. Bye.